Oh, well, that's why the audio wasn't working. My audio crashed, but it's back. Okay, well, we'll just start over from here since my audio just came in. Okay, redo everything. Busy, you ready? Busy? Oh, God, he's crashed too. Okay, here, let's restart. Here we go. It's too good, dude. Wow. Oh, man. Oh, I missed going live and having fun and streaming and having a good time. I missed hanging out, having a good time. So let's do it tonight. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm down. All right. Well, probably going to lose all my ad revenue from that song, but yeah, it was worth it. It was worth it. Welcome to the show. Tonight, we've got a story for you. It's the story of how two people stole Christmas. We're going to hook you up with that tonight. A few screenshots, some details, a little bit of logic with a little bit of Christmas cheer. So welcome tonight to How Steve McRae Stole Christmas. Oh, well, what's that, Busy? You want to hear a Christmas story? A Christmas legend down by the Yule log? With what's that stuff? Eggnog down by the fire? Well, I happen to have heard a brand new Christmas story this week that I'd never heard any other Christmas before now. Of course I'll tell you, big guy. Well, sit back and relax while we take you down the true story of how two people tried to con a community out of super chats on Christmas. And yeah, it'll be great because, you know, up to now, they've been enjoying the luxury of an entire community behind them while they do these things. So let's hook that up for everyone. And then we'll party. Then we'll party with some memes. How about that? Can we do that? No, Busy. We can't do the memes first. All right? Okay, let's go. So here's what we got. Those of you who've been watching my streams on Periscope, which is UNIRocktv on Periscope, and my streams on Mixer and DLive, we stream to those three networks when we're not here on YouTube and prep the stuff that we bring here. It's just worked much better this way. It's when my channel started growing, when I reformatted my live show. We do less really long live streams here. You've seen some long live streams here. We do them sometimes. But anyway, while we were there today, yesterday, the day before, I've been trying to figure out the inconsistencies in what happened with some community strikes and copyright strikes. Now, there's some news tonight. It turns out that Steve's channel reportedly has lost live streaming for 90 days. I don't know whether that's true or not. I suppose it's possible. I now think I know why Leslie doesn't have live streaming, and I also think I know why Leslie and Steve tried to be very, let's call it, let's be as charitable as, it's Christmas. Busy, it's Christmas. We got to be as charitable Possible, right? That's right. Yes. Yes. Okay. He talks a lot. But we're going to be as charitable as we possibly can, and we'll say that they weren't lying, but they were just hiding it so you didn't know what happened, okay? And, of course, I will, do what I've done this whole time, and I'll show you why I think this way, and then maybe, if we're lucky, it's been days and days. Actually, hell, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's been weeks of me trying to get the evidence out of them. Now, some of you know I talked to Katie, and even more of you probably know that ever since I did, even though they knew I was going to talk to Katie, you guys remember the Without a Crystal Ball commentary channel out there, Steve, others, it's almost like they didn't believe I would talk to Katie, or they thought I was lying about talking to Katie, because the minute I did, they went into panic mode. And they've been doing nothing but spamming when I go live. In fact, I had to call the WOAC commentary Twitter account. I had to call them out for doing this in my Periscope streams, because spamming stuff is going to get you blocked. You do it anywhere. You do it on a gaming stream, you're going to get blocked. So why in the world wouldn't you get blocked from a show if you're going to do it? You got me? But they know this, but what they're spamming is what makes all the difference. We'll go into all of that in a little bit. Let me try to take you down the journey of how I have come to realize that there's something weird going on here. How I know that, or at least have a very strong suspicion that they're trying to hide things. And I really can't tell you what it is, but I haven't alleged things. I've been asking these guys for evidence. I've been doing the same thing I've been doing this whole time. Finally tonight, I think I'm going to just go ahead and be me. Steve wanted me to be me. He wanted me to criticize both ways, according to him, until I did it. You guys saw what happened after I did it, and now it's been like a straight up battleground. Well, let's take a look, and I'll show you why there's some issues. Doesn't mean that these screenshots are fake. We'll probably start here, because I've got a lot of stuff to show you. So let's go ahead. And I want to play a clip for you, because I've been challenged and called a liar, so I'm forced to play a clip now to back myself up. Okay, so where should I start? I suppose I could start on Social Blade. No. Let's start over here on... Let's just go ahead and start with Stuart messaging Steve on Twitter. So all of this started to actually be worth paying attention to when I started to ask Leslie. This is before Leslie hated me, by the way. She didn't have an issue with me. And I don't even think Steve had an issue with me at this point. And I was making the point, I was making the point about the screenshots, of course, for a week straight. And eventually that built up and piled up until they got really defensive and angry, right? But I also applied that same logic to Leslie's channel going down, because we had been led to believe that Katie had taken down Leslie's channel. Because Katie took down Leslie's channel, now she can't stream to earn money for her family. You heard Steve say it. You can just refer back to what Steve said. And because of that, they did a super chat drive and then got a lot of people riled up against Katie. In fact, it's the thing that kind of popped off the whole topic. Now, some people are very suspicious, and I am too, I'll have to admit. Some people are very suspicious because not only did it start with this whole thing centered around people fighting for against censorship by being on Leslie's side, but not that long after that happened, the entire thing with the screenshots, the fake screenshots now as they're called, and it's strange to see that because when they came out, everybody was saying they're real or insinuating they were real or saying they believed they were real. That's all you heard. Now, I warned for a little while about how we have no confirmation. We got to be careful with this. And now it's turned in. The community looks at them and literally calls them the fake screenshots. However you call them, whatever. They're not confirmed yet, at least. I don't think they ever will be, honestly. But at one point, Steve said this, and then Stuart responded to him. So here's what happened. We weren't able to really find... Now, this is from either yesterday or the day before. I'm sure Stuart in the chat can tell you what day. But we weren't able to really find out what was going on with Leslie, her channel, till like yesterday. Now, I showed you this yesterday or the day before, so that's how you know that it came out that day. She's kind of been busy with other things. No one is playing semantics. I found out her video was what was under review, which led to a community strike. Stuart responds, I'm sorry, Steve, but Leslie got the email on the 28th, so they reviewed the video very quickly, pretty quickly. So at that point, it was no longer under review. They stuck it there and then. Struck it there and then. I'm sorry, but you are now claiming you didn't check this before you went live saying she was under review. Yes, he is, Stuart. Yes, he did say that. He's admitting that he didn't check anything out before he took Leslie to his channel and claimed that Katie was the reason her channel went down. Let that sink in, because something you would need to do. Like I said the last stream, I don't care if somebody tries to get up there and make money for Christmas or make money for someone else for Christmas or for any reason. That's perfectly fine. It's just that if you're going to make money on the premise that you should be angry with Katie because this situation's blowing up, get attention for making money for Christmas with the Katie situation, the striking, the censorship and all that, in my opinion, you would check it out. You'd be able to prove that Katie did it, or at least show that Katie did it, then be able to show that what she did was false, because you have to have that. Now, Steve himself has admitted to filing strikes. Every creator does it, because some people will literally take a video you've worked on for a month, re-upload it, monetize it, and they'll get more money than you did, and all they did was steal it from you. That's what strikes are for. You strike down people that steal your content, or you can strike down people that break the community guidelines if it has something to do with you. Even reporting goes further than that on YouTube. Not something that I support, but YouTube does push for people to file strikes if they see something going on. Let's say you find a video that clearly breaks the guidelines. YouTube does expect us as users to strike it. Now, because of the video getting struck doesn't initially mean that the video was wrong. You could appeal the strike. If you get struck and it's wrong, then you don't appeal the strike, because you can get in more trouble. You can get in some trouble for appealing a strike if you deserved the strike, because it wastes YouTube time. It just kind of sets a bad precedent, right? But like with, let's say, copyright strikes, community strikes, they can be appealed, and that's how you let YouTube know, I disagree with this. I think that it should be reviewed by a human. If you get a strike to go through, then a human being isn't even going to see it until it's been appealed. That's important in this situation. But more so, if you're going to tell people, and I heard the super chat stream, and it says it. You should go listen to it, because he continually says it's Katie's fault. Katie did this. The title itself insinuates and says, Katie struck down Leslie. Therefore, since she can't stream to make money for Christmas, now that Katie has taken that ability away from her out of falsely, now you should donate money to help her. So what should have happened? Verification, proof. And on top of that, if you didn't have verification or proof, just do a Christmas drive without blaming Katie. If you can't prove that Katie did it, do a drive without blaming Katie. That's my point. I think everybody in the community agrees with me. Why? Let's imagine that Katie went live doing some type of Christmas drive. Let's just imagine it in our minds. Let's close your eyes. Close your eyes, guys. Katie goes live. She's doing a stream where she's trying to make money for Christmas for someone she knows because they were struck by someone else. And then Steve finds out the horrible reality that I've realized, that the strike wasn't a false strike. They can't prove it was a false strike, but yet they told you it was a false strike. He's going to jump up, run to his chair, leap into it, and go haywire telling you how bad of a person Katie is and all of the mean, nasty things that need to happen. Then he's going to make fun of her eyebrows and put her down, and then act like she has scammed the community. So what should we do? If we find out that Steve himself did not verify that Katie did it but blamed her and set her up, what should we do if Steve conned the community by trying to get people to donate? We should do the same thing, at least in the way we react. We don't react the way Steve does. We react with our criticism. He may react by jumping in his chair and streaming and doing hours of streams against Katie for something. We're just going to criticize him for it here. So, one more time, this is important. I am not playing semantics. We weren't able to really find out what was going on with her channel until like yesterday. She's kind of been busy with other things. No one's playing semantics. I found out her video was what was under review, which led to a community strike. And Stuart responds, I am sorry, Steve, but Leslie got the email on the 28th, so they reviewed the video pretty quickly. So at that point, it was no longer under review. They struck it there and then. I'm sorry, but you are now claiming you did not check this before you went live, saying that she was under review. But more importantly, Stuart, he told us that Katie did it without even knowing. He just assumed. But because Katie's bad, we must assume that Katie did it. I mean, she's the only one that could have. Couldn't have been anyone else or anything else. Couldn't be any other excuse in the world. We aren't logical. We don't need evidence. And we like throwing people under a bus, not confirming things that we believe about others, as long as there's someone that Steve McRae tells us is bad. That's what we're looking at here. Let's go a little further. So what I did when I was going to make my sum up video, as you know, if you've been paying attention to me at all, I went to Social Blade because I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the evidence that Leslie had put out. Guess who told me that Leslie put out evidence of the strike from Katie? WAOC commentary channel. Starting to add up. A little bit of a connection, a little bit of a group going on. WAOC commentary on Twitter is the one that told me I would find evidence from Leslie, not only that she was struck, but that Katie filed the strike. Now, I didn't, of course, and now I know that most likely Katie did file the strike and get the video taken down, but it wasn't a false strike, and no one's going to know that unless we get the video put up, because Leslie deleted it 2 days ago, as you see right here. See, here's the weird thing about this. When I went to Social Blade to look, I noticed that Leslie didn't have a video go down. In fact, her video was up the entire time. You could go to her channel and watch the video all the way to here. Now, like I told you yesterday, Steve had made me think that the video did go down. So I thought that the video was gone and that she just had another video about Katie on her channel. Right? So once I found out that this was deleted, I went around asking what happened, and I found out from many people, fans of Leslie and from people that don't like Leslie, both, that the video that went down here is the video that they're claiming that Katie struck. It was titled, let's just show you. Addressing KJ Instagram that was once again full of lies. So here is what Leslie eventually found and put out to say, UNIRock's a liar. UNIRock asking me to prove this somehow now is a liar. You'd have to ask her what the logic is there. Well, I can tell you what the logic is. Though there is none, because it's more like her trying to frame it as I'm not asking for evidence. What I'm doing is trying to accuse her of things so that she can call me a liar and make me the bad guy so that you don't listen to what I have to say on this. But there's an issue when you look at this. Now, I'm not saying it's fake, even though I do believe it's fake right now at this point. I'm done with the kitty gloves. The kitty gloves right now, I would say, you know, it looks like it's fake, but I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt that it's not. Well, I'm not doing that anymore. I don't know why I did in the first place with this situation. Actually, I'm glad I did, because I think it's what gave Steve and Leslie the confidence to just keep on going until we noticed what was so egregiously wrong with the story. But if this is a community strike from YouTube, and it just might be, why is it that this community strike is the only community strike I can find that has spelling errors, grammatical errors? There are many other things wrong with this, by the way. This isn't the only issue, but this is the most egregious issue, because I went out and did many searches. I looked in my email. Everybody in my Discord who has YouTube channels, who ever got a strike, looked in their email. All we had to do was go to the search bar and type community strike, and it showed us our strike. It searched the email and put it right there. We had many strikes turned in from many creators. On top of that, we went to Google and we searched for many strikes from many creators and went to Twitter and saw many strikes from many creators. This is the only community strike I've ever seen that has grammatical errors. Let me go straight to Leslie's Twitter to show you that, yes, this came from Leslie's Twitter. So you're going to say, but Uni, you're saying it's fake. No, I'm telling you factually that unless another miracle has happened in the story, why the hell are there grammatical errors when this isn't written by a human being? This is a bot responded message. When you get a strike, YouTube's algorithm sends you a message. It doesn't write the message. So how did it misspell things? It doesn't put the message together itself. It does a pre-generated message where it just puts your name in. How does it misspell things? And this thing is formatted all wonky. Is it possible that it's real? I guess, but let's just do that whole test. Let's do the Steve McRae litmus test. If Katie had put this out claiming that she got a strike and it had grammatical errors in it, I think it's safe to say Steve would question it. Well, he wouldn't question it. He would make a lot of determinations. So, sorry to say, you could say I'm a big bad guy for questioning this. You can say all the nasty things you want to me, but I have experience on YouTube. Most people that want to prove something, they prove it. Most people want to lie and bullshit, they will fight you, call you names, and make you the bad guy. And yes, I'm losing my voice. I need to take a break tomorrow of talking. So if you look through the rest of it, you notice that, some people are saying these things. I'm going to say these are the community's complaints. You can find them if you look on Twitter. Pardon me if I'm not going to jump on all those others. I can't attest to these other ones, but other people are. I'll tell you what they're saying. My main thing with this is the social blade data and the grammatical errors. It seems weird to me. Okay, so let's take a look. Some people say that the underlining and the community and the size of it doesn't fit. I disagreed, but whatever. Other people are saying that there's something weird about this because most of them link. Well, I checked it, and this does look like the other community strikes. So in reality, that's why I disagree with some of the community who states that this could be wrong, this link, and that this could be... Pardon me for a moment. It's late. Shouldn't be streaming this late. We have literally tried to work this out all day, so this is what you get. So... the main problem is this is the only one I can find that has these errors in it. Now, I'm not telling people to go out and, flip out on Leslie. I've never once even tried to frame Leslie as the bad guy, but I'm sorry to say, there's something weird going on at this point when you can go and look at the data in Social Blade that typically will show us when a 30 or 20,000 view video gets deleted. It'll show it there. You can't find it. You can't see it. Things aren't adding up. You end up having Leslie telling people, and a lot of people, and then putting out tweets and comments that say she can stream, she's just choosing not to, telling her friends that she can stream, but she's choosing not to, and then saying that she can't to other people. Maybe that's what's causing the confusion because she's saying these things. But the main thing is, whatever it was, whatever the pressures were, something's weird when this is the only strike I've ever seen that has these kind of spelling errors and stuff. So it's valid for us to ask these questions. Does it matter if Leslie didn't get struck? Some of you will think it does. Personally, I won't harp on it, but some of you will think it does matter because you'll say, Leslie told me that she got struck. I'm not saying she didn't, because I do think she got struck, because I'm going to show you some stuff here in a minute where it kind of backs up the fact that, yes, Leslie probably does have strikes. It's just that it's pretty obvious that the strikes did not come from Katie. So, let's see here. One more time. And I find it weird that the video that was struck here, let me just close that one so I can have the one with the better, the bigger one, the one with better resolution, right? Let's find it and get it over here. Right here. Better resolution was here, and then we'll go to... I find it strange that once I start objecting about the fact that this video was struck, but it was on her channel, provably, until 2 days ago. So she claims it was struck on the 28th. That means it should have went down on the 28th if she got a strike. Well, did YouTube put it back up? Did YouTube just give you a strike and then take it away and then give it back and then take it away? What happened? We don't know. We know this. It was on her channel. You could view this video until she deleted it when I started asking questions a couple days ago. Then this thing pops out. People start asking questions about all this. Next thing I know, I'm the enemy. Now I'm accusing Steve of things. My girlfriend is accusing Steve of things. Katie is saying that my girlfriend accused Steve of things. If you want to buy into that, you go right ahead. Because if you listen to what Katie said, she didn't say that. If she did, I'd criticize her right now. She didn't say that. And if you want to buy that and just troll around with it, then be a troll. You're welcome to, okay? But that didn't happen. Rachel didn't accuse Steve. I didn't accuse Steve. So whatever. Now, okay, what do we got here? This is me zooming in on the Social Blade data so that you can focus on it. This is the day she says that it was taken down. This is, and it's not fully loading. No, it's not. Let me shrink it. This is the day, let me zoom it actually, there. This is the day she says it was taken down. So this must have been the day she first did it. Now, it looks like she's gaining views from this video all the way through. Could it be wrong? I don't know. But these are why people ask questions. Leslie, and I even think her husband's angry. They don't know why people are asking questions. People don't do this kind of stuff on YouTube, though. They don't get up there, claim that they're down because of another big YouTuber that's censoring them, but then people find out they may not be down because of that, and then when they get asked to prove some stuff, they flip out and they panic. That is their fault. That's not YouTube's fault. YouTubers are allowed to commentate, criticize, and ask these questions. This happens all the time. So sorry. Now, let's go ahead and show you these. Let me make sure I have them and only them brought up. That way nothing else pops on the screen. Leslie got strikes, way more strikes than just a community strike from Katie, if she got a community strike from Katie. So did you follow me on that? I hope you did. Leslie got more strikes than just the one that is attested from Katie. You see this one. Floribama Shore Season 3, Episode 1. Literally streaming, and if you look here, a television show on her channel. Do you see why Leslie might not be able to stream? Well, what if you what if you had a bunch of subs and you were taking money and you were monetized, and then YouTube or Viacom, UMG, or another big company finds out you're literally sitting there holding a camera filming a TV show? Well, that's what happened here. That's what happened here with Teen Mom Season 2, Episode 924, Make It or Break It with Watch With Us. And here, Teen Mom 2, Sugar Coated Mood from Viacom. Now, most people would tell Leslie they're not going to support her stealing these shows like this because it's bad for YouTube. Let's say YouTube doesn't stop this. YouTube's going to get sued. But if YouTube can't get sued, they're going to go after Leslie, and there's going to be major issues. You can't just steal people's TV shows and put them on your YouTube channel and then cry when your shit gets struck. But according to Steve McRae, you can if you're mad at Katie. Because what you can do is tell the community that she wasn't streaming TV shows, that she lost her Christmas ability to make revenue because, not because of any of that stuff that I just named, but because Katie's bad. And you've got to believe him and give him $500 in his super chat drive for Katie. Coincidentally, that might be why Steve decided that today he's taking a break. Just right when I scheduled this stream, he's taking a break. He doesn't want any messages. He doesn't want anyone asking any questions. Well, let me just read it to you. 2 minutes before the stream. I'm getting out of the office, metaphorically speaking, for pretty much the rest of the night and all day Tuesday. Don't leave a message. Don't instant message. Don't DM, don't email. It's going to end up getting lost because I know Uni's about to expose me for some messed up shit I did to get money out of the community so I can blame it on Katie. I'm outie 5,000 G. Peace. Merry Christmas, Mr. Grinch. Okay, Parson K, thank you for the 5. I'll take a look at the super chats in a bit. Parson says, I am very familiar with the strike system, and I can confirm that this screenshot is not real. The typo is a very good hint. Well, I don't know. You may have that opinion. My opinion is that I can't confirm that it's not real, but the typo is insane. I don't even know how many people, how many YouTubers I checked. I checked hundreds. You can find strikes everywhere. I have not found I looked for specifically this word to see if other people got this. No one did. Everybody got the same message for a community strike in this fashion. Okay? No one lost letters. So then, after we realized that no other strike contained you account, they all said your account, we said, what if some crazy bug is taking letters away out of 1 in a million strikes, and it just so happened that this one was one of them. So we went back and re-looked at every strike that we looked at, hundreds of them, and looked and read every line, every word, to see if a single solitary letter was missing from any of the other strikes from any other YouTubers I could find. None. Zero, zilch, nada. And I compared it to me, compared it to Glow, compared it to my moderators. I don't know what Leslie's doing, but I don't like it when somebody calls me a liar, asks me to criticize and follow it. They go find me and they say, you know, that uni guy's pretty crazy. I don't think he will investigate this enough to catch us. So what if we fake a strike, blame it on Katie, get the community riled against her? And hell, what's in it for me, Steve? I don't know. What about a $500 super chat donation? I'm not saying it happened, but when that's there, when that's the sequence of events, when those events are the sequence of events, people are going to ask questions. And definitely I'm going to stand up. And I think other people in this community should be asking questions too, but they're too scared. They don't want to anger Steve because they're worried they're going to get less views. They're going to have some people leave their channel. They're worried because Steve McRae helped a lot of people get views and subs on their channel. So they think if they call out Steve, hell, we're going to lose a few subs here and there. If you've promoted Steve, it's your right to ask these questions in some fashion other than just behind the closed doors if you're publicly on YouTube promoting him, in my opinion. Now, that's just my opinion. But I do think if you're going to get all the gains out of something, you know, maybe you should jump in if something really messed up is going on. Okay? So, let's see what else I've got in my my room here. I've shown you the strikes against Leslie. Let's have a conversation about these because, you know, before I move on to more damning and devastating stuff, I want to ask you, do you think that it's any type of logical that Leslie might not be able to stream because she abused her YouTube channel in some way? That's just a question there, but let's take a look at what happened. So Leslie does a video. The video supposedly, let's just say it got struck by Katie. We don't know that it did or didn't, but let's just say it did. Maybe that we'll get it confirmed later down the line, but who knows? Maybe we'll get a screenshot that doesn't have grammatical errors and shit like that. I don't know. Maybe we'll get YouTube to respond and say, yeah, we misspell things all the time with our auto bot that sends out strikes, even though you can't find any of them like that out there. But I want to ask you this question. So let's give it that Katie struck her. First thing you do before you do anything, before you blame someone, one, before you use it as an event to get $500 in donations, two, you would think that what people would do would make sure that the strike from Katie was false. Like I said, some strikes are legit. Got me? And if Leslie did something in her stream that would break guidelines, then you can't say it was. You need to go live on your channel when you collect that money and say that it was Leslie's fault that she can't stream to get super chats and donations. You got to go live and say that it was not Katie's, but Leslie's. That's truthful. And from someone like Steve, who claims to do his due diligence and then correct errors on his show when it happens, I would expect right now he's probably streaming or uploading a video to literally correct this. There's no way he could just be ignoring this for days, but instead go on Twitter and Instagram telling people that I am accusing him of some type of very horrible thing. There's no way that Steve claimed that my girlfriend accused him of something horrible, is there? Well, actually, he did. And all of his little trolls did too. And I don't mind that they did. I like it when people expose themselves for the troll groups that they are. So I appreciate that. But no, Rachel didn't accuse Steve of anything, and neither did I. That's what Steve did when I started to find this. When I started to realize he did not do his due diligence and went ahead and blamed Katie anyway, I started to get some heat from Steve. When I started asking these questions in Discord and behind the scenes, I started to get some heat. And then when I full force came out and said, we need evidence for the claims against Katie, drawing the line, we're done with the games, let's see it. That's when I was attacked, stabbed in the back, and beat up like you've seen. So, anyway, why don't we just kind of like play a clip from Leslie's video? That way we can know ourselves whether it was a deserved strike or not. You guys want to do that? You think that'll help? Will that help anyone, or should I just let it go? Because this whole time I've been having my kindness mistaken for a weakness. And I have been having Steve and other people that are close to him. I don't know what he's saying to them, but if you know that I'm going to get up on my channel and tell everybody what's going on, why would you double down on this kind of stuff? Why in the world wouldn't you try to work this out with the people that are helping look into this? If YouTubers are trying to sum this up, to get to the bottom of it, not to cancel anyone, but to try and get a resolution, have people apologize if they mess up, learn from their mistakes, move on, that kind of thing. Why in the world would you choose the side of Steve, who you know is actively trying to cancel anyone that criticizes him or anyone like Katie who he doesn't like? Well, that's what Leslie's done. Steve was just on Leslie's Instagram minutes before I started this stream. So I got some stuff to play for you, and I think you're going to realize how dubious the situation is. Now, there's a lot of strikes being thrown around, so I'm just going to play the very shortest audio of it. You guys can go find it for yourself if you want. Listen to the whole thing. But let's see here. Let me find this. So, let's hear it.
I didn't.
Clarify that, or else she'll come back at me and say, I didn't say that.
I didn't.
She said, I heard a rumor that she might be having much husbands by
That's what I heard.
So.
And?
I don't, you guys, by the way.
Yes, you freaking do. I didn't.
She said, having much husbands by
That's what I heard.
So.
And?
I don't, you guys, by the way.
Yes, you freaking do.
So, let's say Munchausen's by proxy. So what did you hear? You just heard, yes, you freaking do have Munchausen's by proxy. And that well, first it was a rumor that she had it. She said, I have heard that rumor. And then Katie says that I have Munchausen by proxy. And she says, yes, you freaking do. Now, I don't know if Leslie may not know what Munchausen's by proxy is. And that may be the issue, because Leslie's been telling people she hasn't been talking about Katie's son or Katie or the medical stuff or any of that. Well, if you say that Katie has Munchausen's by proxy, it means literally, it's a medical, you know what? What am I doing? Let me just show you. If I don't, I'm going to get accused of lying. Munchausen syndrome by proxy is a mental health problem in which a caregiver, mother, whatever, nurse, makes up or causes an illness or injury in her care, a person in her care, such as a child or a person with a disability. Let me make sure that this is fully understood. Just so no one else accuses someone of this, unless you really know what you're saying. If you accuse somebody of having Munchausen syndrome by proxy, you're saying that let's say it's a mother taking care of a kid, like this situation. You're saying that the kid doesn't have an illness. So that's literally a claim being made. The kid doesn't have an illness, and that the mother, Katie, is faking the kid's illness to the world because she likes the attention or money or something that she gets from the nurses, the doctors, and all that. She likes the caretaker role. So historical cases of Munchausen's by proxy is where your kid is perfectly healthy, but a mother acts like the kid needs kidney and blood transfusions and all this stuff. There was one instance of somebody putting egg whites up through a catheter into their bloodstream so that they could go to the doctor, or was it their bloodstream or into their bladder or something, so that then they could go to the doctor. I'm pretty sure it was something in their bloodstream like egg whites, some extract, something they took out of a food like egg whites, putting it in their blood of the kid so that they could act like their kid was sick, had a disease. Doctors couldn't figure out what it was. They ran a specific test. They're like, why is there eggs in the blood? And then they realized Munchausen's by proxy. It's a very serious accusation. It literally means that you're saying Katie's son doesn't have an illness. You're saying Katie's lying about her son's illness when you say she has this. Now, that could be why Leslie doesn't get the issue. And maybe that's why she doesn't understand why, if she had the video taken down. Now, this is why I don't understand why a video stayed up that had any talk of this in it when a strike had been filed, but I guess it was, according to Leslie, or not. See, that's the problem. When things can't be handled step by step and evidence, instead of being put out, you try to stream on your channel and put the camera on your laptop. That doesn't show people that you can't stream. People don't know what's going on. You can just tell if you can stream or not by opening your channel settings. It'll give you a list of your community guidelines. There'll be a bunch of little boxes, right? And one of them will say uploading, live streaming, custom thumbnails, membership options, super chat options. You show that and you show the live stream tab. If you can live stream, it'll be green. If you can't, it'll be red and it'll say why. That's the issue. Now, I've tried step by step to be as nice as possible, open as possible during streams, off of streams, anywhere I can, just so I can. I never said Leslie was doing this purposely. I just said that. Maybe she doesn't. In fact, I said it so many times I was almost blue in the face, and I'm losing my voice literally, that maybe she just doesn't know this. Maybe she doesn't know what a strike is. Maybe she doesn't know how strikes work. Maybe she doesn't know how the YouTube channel works, how to check it, and maybe that's why. And there's evidence that Leslie may not have known when she said her channel was under review. Being under review in your YouTube channel has to do with your monetization and applying for monetization. Leslie using that verbiage for strikes shows us that she basically is listening to what other people say instead of reading the YouTube guidelines, going to the YouTube help desk. Do you see where I'm going with that? I think you do. Now, would there be a person in Leslie's ear telling her what the strikes mean and whether or not she could stream or not, and how long it's going to be down and not? Maybe. There may have been someone. I don't know. You'll have to think about it yourself. But all I can tell you is I don't want Leslie canceled, hated on, harassed, beat down on Twitter or anything. I just wanted to figure out what's going on. But I can tell you now, I don't care. I really don't care. All I'm going to do now, I'm rescinding everything I was trying to do before now, and going forward, I'm done. I'm putting out my final summation video. It'll contain what I'm showing here now and the issues I've found, and I will let other people like Leslie, other people out there can do some full breakdowns instead of me, because I'm wasting my time, guys. I'm wasting my energy. I could be putting out good content for a base of people that want to watch my videos, but instead, I put so much energy into trying to give good advice to Steve, somebody that'll stab me in the back literally because I do some brief criticism to him that he deserved and should have heard. He should have taken my criticism and my advice. He wouldn't be in the mess that he's in. I tried the same for Leslie. Not just Leslie is this whole time thinking that probably she heard the things she heard about strikes from Steve and repeated them. So is it lying? No, it's being misled. It's getting misinformation, right? And I begged Leslie to go live, to go to Instagram, Twitter, to go to YouTube and tell everybody, in case YouTube was down, go the other places. If it wasn't, you could go there and tell everybody exactly what happened. Because if you go there and you're honest, then there's no issue. If you go there and you're honest to everybody, there's no issue. You could just, everybody, I could hear what you're saying and be like, okay, obviously, you know, this is what happened. She listened to this person, then she repeated that. Now people think she's lying. So let's go ahead and fix that. But I can't do any of that for Leslie. No offense. And I don't want to talk to her because her husband's trying to write letters for me or something. And I'm not reading them because, sorry, Leslie's husband, but I'm here to document what's going on in this situation that Leslie inserted herself into. She's an adult. This is a public forum, and I am allowed to do this. I fought for my right to be able to do this and speak when I was in the military and when I was deployed to Iraq and fought for my country. So I'm going to do this. If you have a problem with that, petition Washington to change the free speech laws. I don't know what to tell you. Okay? Anyway, so moving on. What we have so far then is evidence that Leslie was illegally, against all rules and YouTube, guidelines, streaming TV shows on her live stream because she saw other channels doing it. Now, I hate to break this to you. You don't want to do what other channels do just because they do it, or you'll end up losing your channel. There's some channels out there that will literally stream nothing but certain cartoons. It's not legal. It's not right. As soon as YouTube finds out they're doing it, they delete their channels. They take away their monetization. These channels bank on putting some content out, getting monetization with some content that they've stolen. Then they spam out those live streams to try to make money for 1 or 2 or 3 months, hoping YouTube doesn't swipe them down. You are not allowed. If you were allowed to do that, why would we be paying for Netflix when I could just stream you every movie ever that we wanted to watch? Hell, I could have a freaking huge 1 million subscriber channel where we just watch movies all day, man. That'd be tight. Every night a new movie, man. We can't do those things though. And when you do those things, you get strikes. But if you repeatedly, do I still have them pulled up? I don't care. I'll pull them up again. If you repeatedly steal copywritten TV shows from TV and put it on YouTube, eventually, yes, they're going to restrict your shit, man. Here we go. 1 and a 2. How many licks to get to the center of a copyright strike? A 1, a 2, a 3. Okay, that was goofy. I'll stop. So now that we can get through this miserable subject, I can be done with all of the people out there that are lying, conniving, and scamming for $500 in super chats for some stupid reason. Let's get done with this. So Leslie has an equal chance, if not a greater chance, of not being able to live stream due to other reasons than being false struck. And because Steve lied about verification of Katie knocking down Leslie and just used very loose evidence to assume it, that's bad, but I would have not even brought it up. I would have just said screw it because he blames everything on Katie. But there's a different level when he takes $500 and some from the community over it. Any flat earther that did this would be on Team Skeptic's channel being called an idiot and a scammer. Red's Rhetoric would call them out on his channel. Other people would call out any flat earther that did what Steve just did. But for some reason, if it's Steve McRae, no big deal. Right? Right? I'm just saying. Not even anything on Twitter, not even a statement, nothing from any of the YouTube community to stand up and just say, what happened here? Or, guys, sorry, we're going to figure this out or something, because he won't talk to me. Once he found out I was going to find the truth, instantly, before I'd even started getting down deep, when I just scratched the surface, I was completely ejected like a catapult from around his inner circle. And when I woke up the next day after that stream, he had already went to work building a damage control UNIRock fence that inside housed his lies. Got me? Now, enough of they wanted to criticize Katie so much and spew out so much garbage over and over and over against Katie that they ended up spewing out a lot of their things they shouldn't have done. And luckily, that's how they got busted in the end. Now, I'm not saying they as in Leslie, they as in whoever helped Steve, because it's not just Steve. In fact, people out there like Cheshire and others are still defending Steve. So I just don't get it. You can't call out anyone ever again. You guys call out flat earthers. Your whole thing is to call out Katie. You're just as bad as what you say Katie is, if not worse. And I'm not saying this just because you were dicks to me, because you've been dicks to me for days. I'm waiting until I actually have something to criticize you on. Then I'm criticizing you on it. And it's the truth. I'm sorry. It is. You're just going to have to deal with it. You got me? Now, you didn't have to have me do this stream. I did everything in my power to try and show everyone what was going on. I begged people to go talk to Steve McRae and make him come down. I tried to tell Cheshire to. She called into my stream, my after show. She called into my after show after Steve flipped out. After Steve flipped out on me, I responded to him. She calls in, and all she did was try to rationalize that Steve does a good job and he's intelligent. No, he's not. And if he is, he's not showing it. All she tried to do is rationalize all the behaviors of Steve. And it's like, Chesh, do you really want to see him lose his channel that bad? I thought you cared about this stuff. But you want to know what the most craziest statement was today on Instagram from Steve? On Instagram, I don't know why, but knowing after what I put out yesterday, Leslie and Steve go live. Now, Leslie says, UNIRock's a liar and blah, blah, blah. And it leads to her saying that I wouldn't even know how. Where'd I put this thing? I wouldn't even know how to fake that. By the way, I didn't say you did. Yeah, I didn't say you did. I don't know if you got someone else to. I don't know if you really got a strike. I don't know if this is I don't know if this is real or not. I doubt it with all the misspelling errors, but she said, I wouldn't even know how to do that. And guess what Steve said? Steve said the weirdest comment in response. He said, I know, me or Cheshire wouldn't know how to do it either. You know what's weird? I don't want to say this out loud because I like Cheshire, but that's not true. Cheshire's entire channel is based on Photoshop, painting, manipulating pictures. Cheshire runs a channel that manipulates pictures. I'm not accusing Cheshire. I'm saying Steve isn't thinking about what he's saying in any way. And why are you defending him still, Chesh, now when he's not? Now, Steve not only left after realizing that I scheduled Mr. Grinch Expose 5000, not only left for a few days from YouTube and social media, he also posted a post on Patreon. So let's take a quick look. It says this, and this is what's scary about this. This is what is devious about this. He says, and I quote, my patrons have a right to... This is a post that he made to his patrons. My patrons have a right to know why I fight against Katie, who has now taken to the flat earthers route of issuing false DMCA against me, giving my main channel a copy strike and 90 days unable to stream. Steve, how much are you going to lie about this lady? So the stream so he got a strike from Katie today. Guess what I did? I went to Steve's supporters, people that pay his Patreon, and asked them if Steve were to upload 3 straight minutes of Katie's content, could she strike him? They all agreed. I described the video. They all agreed. Not transformative, not changing in any way. So I don't know why he thinks he can just upload Katie's content, just 3 straight minutes of Katie's content with no commentary or anything. But YouTube doesn't just let you put little text boxes. He had a couple text boxes pop up. YouTube doesn't let you do that anymore. You have to add commentary. It has to be transformative in nature. Is he going to get this strike appealed? Maybe. I don't know. But he's probably going to try. But I'm just letting you know. again, you aren't providing the. Let's say you could say it's your opinion, Steve, that the strike that you got from Katie is false, but you could at least give the context of what happened and what the video was and why Katie may have struck it before you ask people to completely judge her for false striking you. You're devaluing what a false strike is by literally accusing everyone of giving you false strikes. And when you've admitted to using strikes yourself, every YouTuber has to sometimes, just usually to take down other content. So this isn't a community strike. It's, did you upload 3 minutes of Katie's content with no transformative quality? Yes. Well, you got a strike. My patrons have a right to know why I fight against Katie, who has now taken to the flat earthers route. What is the route of lying about someone, Steve? What is the route of asking someone to criticize you but literally attacking them and trying to lie to your audience about them? I think that's the flat earth route too, just to protect yourself. Yeah, sorry, dude. Issuing a false DMCA against me, giving my main channel a copyright strike, and 90 days unable to stream. Now, this is what I don't understand. Some people think that he's lying about the 90 days unable to stream. So just to show you that I could still give you, give you the truth on these kind of things, even though I don't like Steve anymore. Some people think that everybody knows your first strike is a warning. Your second strike is 7 days unable to upload or unable to stream. And your third strike is your channel gets deleted. Now, there could be a reason why he has 90 days unable to stream, but I doubt it. I think he only got 7 days. I'm literally telling you it's a thought. It's an opinion. Just because I've talked to other YouTubers who have had one copyright strike, and I've talked to you. So he has a copyright strike and a harassment. He has a copyright and what was it? Not harassment, slander or what? I forget the other thing he has, but you know how you get restricted in the United Kingdom if you get an accusation of, I don't remember the wording of the strike, but anyway. So what we have is, it's possible that his live stream is down. I would tell, if you came to me and said, you've got your UK defamation strike and you've got a copyright strike, it's possible you wouldn't be able to stream. I would say 7 to 14 days. 2 YouTube strikes is 7 or 14 days. It's not 90, but I don't know why he's saying 90. Maybe he is 90. Maybe if you do get a defamation strike and you get a copy strike, somehow it equals 90. Again, I'm not sure, but that's what he's claiming, so there it is. I have issued a counter notification. Katie is a real threat to content creators. Steve, what are you then? What are you then? You are too. If she is, I will continue to do science, philo, and other stuff on the GDC channel, but exposing Katie as the existential threat that she is paramount. She mass flagged a sick mother of 6, talking about, literally saying that she mass flagged Leslie without even knowing now whether it's true or not. Once again, he's talking about this with the weird freaking, this is, again, her posting this, so haven't edited it in any way. Once again, with the weird misspellings in it, not saying it's not real or not, I'm just saying, but if I saw the misspellings, the last thing I would do is go to Patreon and try to hide it from the community and put out that, crap about, freaking, she got some kind of false strike against Leslie here, but whatever. And what is he doing here? Because what he accused me on Twitter of using the kids in this situation to get attention and money. Well, you're on Patreon talking about Leslie and Fozzie's children today. After accusing me yesterday of doing that, the only person doing this in this situation is you, Steve. Factually, provably, I'm not going to read it, but that's what he's doing. Using the children here behind a paywall, hoping no one will see it, which raised over what now? Hold the front door. He put in the about section that it raised $500. She mass flagged a sick mother of 6 who blank, blank, blank. and then struck for defamation my video, which was a charity stream. The only charity stream he did was the Christmas Grinch stream for her, which raised over $1,000. $1K. I've been saying 500 the whole stream. So it was really 1,000 that they did their little Grinch maneuver on. I'm sorry, guys. Hey, remember, if you watch the replay and every time I say 500, make it 1,000. Okay, guys? All right. Make it 1,000. This, to me, is now an ethical war. You should have put monetary. I understand this is not what some patrons signed up for. I understand if I lose some, but I can't turn a blind eye to this injustice this woman has done to people who have asked me to fight on behalf of them. Nobody asked you to fight on behalf of them. If that's true, have them put out a statement. It's not true. Nobody asked you to fight on behalf of them. I don't believe you. It's insane. Not a single person would use you to fight this fight against Katie on behalf of them. That's dumb. And it's almost demeaning. It's insane. You're turning yourself from the villain into the hero, but not even really that well. It's just so easy to see through. The non sequitur should be back to me next month or so. I hope most of you can hold out until then. So this is how he's keeping them. That audience that loved non-sec. He's keeping them by hoping they don't watch his criticism creams of Katie. That's why he's turning me into the villain. He knows that the non-sec audience, the hardcore people that are waiting for that channel to come back, aren't watching his streams where he criticizes Katie. And now he knows, what if some of them watch Uni? Well, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn him into the bad guy, make him so evil and nasty because he's willing to criticize me bad for my wallet here. Because he thinks that since non-sec's coming back up, he's going to have all the money pouring in and he's going to just be taken off again. And like nothing else is going to happen. I still will have content on the GDC channel until my streaming comes back on my main. This woman is dangerous as any flat earther, and now you know why. Why did he say that? Why would he bring up flat earth? He hasn't talked about it in forever. You know, what Katie is doing cannot be compared. So this woman is as dangerous as any flat earther. Now you know why. I wonder if it's because the non sequitur community that makes up the brunt of his Patreon, who probably isn't watching his criticism streams of Katie and they're just taking him on face value with this Patreon post because the content's horrible. They loved watching flat earth debates. This is literally trying to manipulate the audience using what he knows they like. Mixing this that he doesn't talk about anymore, that hasn't brought up in months. In fact, we went and looked. He's been criticizing Katie since June. That's like 6 months, y'all. And this is how he's hooking people. Please don't watch me criticize Katie if you don't want to. Why would any of them want to watch you criticize Katie? None of them would. So tell them not to watch you criticize Katie. Then go in there and make sure you update them with what's going on. Don't watch Uni. Don't watch, all the other stuff happening out there. I see what's up. Pretty smart play, big guy. Pretty smart play. So what else do I have? I've got one more thing for you, and then we'll roll out of here. And tomorrow, we'll get back to doing something else until I get my summation edited video put up on this. This doesn't sound right. A review is only for monetization and not for community strikes. This is for strikes, and Stuart puts a link. They can review it for violations of community guidelines. She has 0 copyright strikes. 1 community strike. It ends around February 12th, I think, or so. More proof he has no clue who struck Leslie, why Leslie got struck, how she got struck. If he would have seen the paperwork, if he would have checked this himself before doing this charity stream, he would have definitely, he would know these things. It wouldn't be a question. This was 2 days ago, by the way. She would only lose streaming rights for 1 week for the first strike. Stuart's wrong there. You lose streaming rights for 1 week for the second strike. For the first strike, it's a warning. For the second strike, she would lose it for 2 weeks. So you got it backwards. The first one's a warning, and the second one is 1 week, I think. 1 or 2. 2 maybe. I'd have to look. The strikes stay on the channel 90 days, but the rights to use the channel will return, so she should be able to stream. YouTube gave her 90 days. Well, if YouTube gave her 90 days, there is something more going on her channel than just that issue. But I'm going to try and figure it out. That's 2 days ago. He's admitting he needs to figure it out 2 days ago, guys. She needs to try and stream now and see if she can even if the expiration in Feb. So it doesn't matter one way or the other. What matters is not when she can stream. Leslie was strawmanning me and Steve was strawmanning me by acting like my argument is she can stream when she says she can't. The issue is trying to say that Katie did something wrong striking her, as I played a little bit of audio to prove a little bit ago, where, yes, she did say vile, horrible things about her son, so YouTube may have acted and took down the video. We've seen it happen before. And that is why he should have gave that information in their charity stream, but his hate for Katie blinded him, as you can see with all these other information I've thrown out. It's blinding him. It's making him into something that is just basically a hate-filled monster that thinks he's in the right. This dude thinks that he is standing up for some imaginary person by attacking Katie. Literally what he told his Patreons. And told them, don't watch the content. You don't have to watch this content where I do all of this crap I'm doing. Just rest assured that I'm getting non-sequitur back, so you don't want to cancel your Patreons if I'm getting non-sec back. What is he doing by doing that? Well, maybe just do this. If you pay for him, if you fund it, go watch his content against Katie. Just go watch it and then ask yourself, what has your dono been paying for? And I think we're good. Let me check. You know, I have literally mountains of stuff I could show you. Maybe we'll do another stream in a day or two. Maybe not. I'm going to upload my summation on this soon. Like I said last time, I legit told people that support Steve still to unsub from my channel. And I meant it. That wasn't a joke. I didn't say that because I was mad. I think you should, because we're not going to get along, me and people that fund the kind of thing he's doing. Not saying you shouldn't fund non sequitur and people debating about good, these crazy topics, debunking flat earthers. I love that more than the next guy. I probably do love that more than the next guy. It's what I do on YouTube mainly. My point is, though, this has turned into something that it shouldn't have been. I tried to tell him over and over and over in the last few months. When I did the video, I literally thought, let's end this. You've gotten enough of this out of you. I'll do a sum up video. I'll help you sum up every piece of evidence you have. And digging into it, you need to go watch my other streams that are happening on my backup channel, or my Mixer and DLive, my other networks, because we've been going through every piece of this puzzle on those networks and then coming to YouTube to sum this stuff up for you. And it's just getting bad, okay? You want to make your decision to support it? Please do. Just know you're not supporting an imaginary non sequitur show that doesn't exist anymore. You're supporting what he is doing to these women. That's what you're supporting. Simple as that. Honestly and truly. Now, Busy, let's go. Let's get out of here. Play the Grinch music again. Let's go. What are you talking about, Busy? What are you talking about, man? What? Dude, I'm trying to run the dramatic outro. Oh my goodness, there's no way. There's no way someone found something else. What do you mean untargeted isn't a word? Yeah, they don't use that in other... What did they... Rachel? Did they not use that in other strikes or something? We'll have to figure that out. Busy, can we look at that after the stream? What's the claim again? That YouTube doesn't use the word untargeted because it's not a word or something like that. Okay, we'll figure that out later. Can I finish? Can I finish going out, Busy? Do you mind? All right, we'll bring it up later if we have to. All right, yeah, start the dramatic outro. Go ahead. Wait a minute. Doesn't it usually say targeted, harassing, unwanted, or repetitive? Are you sure, though? Triple check here. Okay, guys. Pause button. I got to look at my strike. Because, yeah, that does look weird now. It does look weird. Well, did you look at the other strikes and compare it? Pull up the other strikes. All you got to do is search them on YouTube. It does sound weird as hell, doesn't it? Because I swear it said targeted, harassing, unwanted, or if it really does say untargeted, it's fake. I'm sorry. That's just too much right there. Unless YouTube uses the word untargeted. I'm sorry. That's just a little too... Let me go check. I got one right here. We'll check it live, I suppose, before we roll out. I might as well talk to the chat a little bit before we go, too. So we'll go to the live chat in a minute. Okay, here we go. Put the music on, Biz. Let me check something. Okay, there's something weird here. Okay, this is weird. This is weird. This is weird, dude. Hold up. Let me do a search. Let me do a search. Didn't I put mine for Flat Earth? Oh my god, dude. The name of my video is Flat Earth Crackheads Gone Wild. I don't want to show the title of that stream right now. I said the title's Flat Earth Crackheads Gone Wild. That's embarrassing. It's really not. Okay, hold on. Here's Matt Christensen's. Let me see. Matt Christensen says... Shot a sensation. No, it's not the same. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Give me a minute. We'll go to the live chat. We'll talk. We'll figure out what's up. Tell me what you think. Hit the live chat. I might even be nice enough to turn off member-only chat. So why don't I tell you why I turned on member-only chat? Because trolls flooded this stream the minute that I scheduled it. You can just, like, you know, go back and look. But yeah. Troll accounts flooded the stream. Troll accounts. Interesting names, that is. Let Busy run the show from now on. He's smarter than the rest of us combined. Hashtag BusyRock. You're going to make his head so big. You know, no. Busy, no. No. Wouldn't it be non-targeted? Well, that's the thing with YouTube. You got to check, man. You got to do what I did. You got to check against all the other strikes out there before you make up your mind. It does sound weird as hell, though, but hey, we're talking about YouTube, damn it. It doesn't matter if it's fake or real. The content of the strike, well, it does to some people, but to me, it's the content. Okay, so hit my chat. Let me know what you think, y'all. Sit here and talk. Let's just kick back. You know what? I'm gonna kick back for a minute. Why not? I haven't been live over here in a while. I've been so busy just sitting around researching every bit of everything I can and trying to build together a timeline and get this, you know, put together and fixed. Why not take a good few minutes to talk to my peeps? If you are wanting some UNIRock live goodness, you could go to mixer.com/UNIRock. Just saying. I'm just saying. All right. Tell me what you think, y'all. That's true, Noli. Yeah. Very true, bro. I don't know. That is true, Mark. Oh my God, you guys with the crack. That crack meme has gone so far with Busy. I think the stream requires more cats. Well, you want me to do a search? You want me to do a search? It would be targeted. Yeah, but you can't ask yourself that question. You got to think in terms of the other copyright strikes that YouTube sends. And that's what we did. Because if you read some of the text there, it's just a mess. Some of the YouTube emails they send you are a mess. I've never seen, though, leaving out, you know, letters of words, though, myself, and checking into everything else. So, I mean, if you'd ask me the difference, why it matters, I don't know. I guess it would matter to the people that watch her. But for people like us out here, I think it matters more that I had people I won't say names. I was about to say someone's name, but I had people in my Discord that were upset that once they saw this stuff, they're like, yo, I donated to that stream. And, you know, I was kind of incited to. I felt like I was donating to help because Katie had struck this down, and you're saying that's not the case. I'm like, I don't know. We got to look at it. And that's the realization that they're all coming to as they watch, as they see these things that are being said out on social media. They see the admissions that there was not any type of checking done. Basically, so here's how it worked. Right when they put out this stuff, like I showed you this tweet, look, this is on the perfect narrative. She lost the ability to stream. I knew right off the bat Katie had something to do with it. So basically, even though she had gone live and streamed Teen Mom 2, what were you saw the titles of these shows. She gets strikes and she can't stream and knows that it's Katie, right? If you already know it's Katie, what's the sense in checking? What's the sense in fact checking? So you come over to me and you say, she got a strike. Oh, she did? Yes, and it was a community guidelines strike. Okay, what was the video about? Criticizing Katie. Oh, God. And the worst part is, Katie told people to go strike videos that are harassing her. And I'm like, oh, my God, then. So what? You're saying Katie instigated it. Then they throw the screenshots in and you say to yourself, damn, it seems like the end of the story. Because you read what they're saying. You hear these guys. They all say the same thing. They say this. Screenshots came out of her telling people to report videos. Mods came out with the message where she asked Kendra if she had trolls that could do it. And I don't trust any of the screenshots now, so we're going to throw that right out. I don't trust any of the screenshots in this story whatsoever. Everybody acts like it'd be hard to fake. It's the easiest thing in the world. Do you know how to create? Do you have a Facebook account? If the answer is yes, you could easily fake any of this. You just right-click and hit Save As. You can go like this. Watch. And then you print screen here. Oh, hold on. I got to load it. Let me load my clipper here. Watch this. I'll do it right now. You go and pop it up. You grab a little picture of this. You save the picture. You hit Save As, so you can save the picture, her profile picture. Imagine this is Facebook. You open a new Facebook account, upload what you just clipped as your profile picture, and change the name of your Facebook to the name. Now on Facebook, you don't have @ signs. You know what I'm saying? So you could literally name yourself whatever you want. So many people have the same name. Facebook allows people to have the same name. Now you've got an account on Facebook that says Katie Joy, that has Katie's picture, the same one she uses, and you send a message to yourself or to a different account with it. You just turned into an expert Photoshop level forensic hacker. No, you didn't. But any screenshot taken is going to check out forensically. You just can create any screenshot you want, and all you got to do is know how to take a screenshot. 1, and if you already are sharing screenshots, you know how to do that. And 2, create an account. You don't need some type of training to be able to fake these screenshots that are coming out in this story. And I will look at the super chats in a moment. Do you get where I'm going here? Now, we take this out, and it's what's weird is every time this shit comes out, there's a narrative attached. It's not, you know, here is proof that that Katie did it. Now, everybody's charged, and they're outraged. It's almost Christmas. Her channel's down. You know, we don't know any of the other details. She's just a random YouTuber, right? Honestly, though, if they wouldn't have said, she was just criticizing Katie and would have instead said the truth, which is she said a lot of stuff that would, you know, you would assume get you struck. I mean, that was just one thing, honestly. Like, there's a whole list of what she said in the current live stream room I could pull up right now, but I won't worry about it. There's clips too. I'm worried to play any of their clips, but I did earlier, so if you want to see them, you can rewind. I'm worried to play them more. The section of untargeted is in the about the sort of content that you cannot upload. In there is a lot of targeted content. A lot of untargeted is not an issue, as JoJo said. I get that, Janie, but I'm saying before you make a determination, we need to check it against all those other. In the Discord, we've got strikes from Glow, strikes that I've gotten. My strikes got appealed, of course. Strikes from other people, and we'll just look at all of them and compare it again, and we'll look at the wording, I guess. But I was looking at the spelling that was missing. I didn't notice untargeted standing out when we looked, but then again. Thought I'd never say this time to listen to the McHaters. Well, Lost Anna, thank you. And I know what you're doing. I know the McHaters are trying to make the point with the super chats. That's why member-only stream is on. Just, if you give me some time, I'll talk to whoever wants to talk to me. But I got to get my work done, and they have to be professional when they contact me. Those are my only rules, and I use those rules with everyone. So, One Girl Revolution, thanks for joining over here. Appreciate it. Oh, no. Just get used to it. Just get used to it. Don't worry, though. Here's how it works. When we first put out something like this, the outrage mob is going to get all angry. But they're going to sit there and think about this. They're going to hear what I said at least a little bit. And they'll wake up. They're going to realize what happened. Because what I just showed you is true. You cannot run a charity stream and then just say, Katie Paulson, just because I don't like Katie Paulson, we're going to run a charity stream and do all this off of false pretenses. They are false pretenses. It's simple. It's easy. Let's see who's biased out there and who's not at this point. That's what we're going to do. We're going to see who out there is you know, so caught up that they're willing to defend these kind of things and basically go out on a limb to not care one way or the other. We'll find out as time goes on. It'll be a way to kind of give a good look into the community to see who actually is who actually gives a shit and who will just let someone get a pass because they hang out with them on YouTube or whatever, you know. Poisonous Fog. Nope, that's the Streamlabs. Thank you for sponsoring. Appreciate you. I don't know why it says sponsoring. It's supposed to say member. Thanks for becoming a member. You got about a minute, and we're heading to the after show, so if you got anything, hit it. If you got anything, hit it. You got about a minute before we quit it. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the after show. Here we go, bro. Yeah, we might just leave this here through Christmas. That worked. Here, get him down there. There we go. Nah, thank you guys. I appreciate you. Keep an eye out for my sum up video. It'll be coming out soon. And keep your eye out for Twitter because it's going to turn into a freaking dumpster fire. All right, y'all. Merry Christmas. See you soon. I'm outie. Heading to the after show. I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll be uploading my summation very soon. I'm done collecting info on this. Gonna compile it and give it to you. Peace.